All right, what's the move?
Exhaust.
Ah, you say less. You don't have the port tuner yet?
No.
That's after.
Yeah.
But I thought Subarus were sensitive.
They'll just run rich.
No, we gonna see what's up then. All right, bet.
That's an exhaust leak in there, so I'm pretty sure the up pipe leaks. So might as well replace this one that doesn't leak.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe that's why. Wait, you said it was leaking from there?
No, it's leaking from the down pipe, right under the turbo, basically. You can see all the soot.
What was that?
That's the ring. Maybe.
Oh.
Look at that. You're doing that one.
I'm gonna have to hold that other side.
All right, so at this point, if you guys are wondering what we're doing, so we needed a cheater bar, and we didn't have anything else, so we just used the exhaust to kind of force the bolts loose.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull it this way, but it's right on the waist. Go ahead.
Okay. Give it another hand. Try it.
No, it's not. It's right on the wastegate. So me doing it like that, it gets right on the wastegate.
Yeah, just make sure to pull it.
Good.
Okay.
Alright, let's see.
It still feels pretty hard even for me.
Yeah.
Maybe because this is the last bolt.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. We're gonna use this one. It's already out. It just doesn't want to come out fully. Let's do this one. Because it's right against the wastegate again. So I'll pull it this way. Right? Oh. Woo! Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so just a quick explanation on what we're doing right here. So we had to jack up the motor a bunch to be able to get the up pipe out. So this is us letting the motor back down on the subframe.
It didn't go at least. But I don't know if it's in the...
I'll check. Why don't you just drop straight into where it needs to go?
So getting that L pipe out took forever, and then at this point, I'm just snugging down the bolts from the up pipe to the turbo and any brackets that go to the turbo itself.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. Like shit, that's so deep.
Open the door. Everybody in the comments is like, somebody open the door for that man.
Our pipe is in. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Sam, the guy that has all the shit going on. But so right now, Julian's not here, so I'm making a video to fill in. But I did this side with spark plugs. A bit of a hoe. So if you were wondering, you want to use this as reference. You want to take this off, washer fluid reservoir, and I have a ground here. So if you have that, take that bullshit off too. Slide this thing out. Set it aside, and then you'll have room. Take off the 212s on the coil packs. Keep them together. Do not mix them. And then do your spark plugs. Put them in. It's not too bad. Yeah, and I'm about to do this side. I don't know. I'm going to work as I go. I'll update here in a second. So from you, be like a second transition. For me, fucking hour. I don't know. But I'm going to take this off. Take the coil packs off. Just finna see. Now, I ain't no, JDM Pro or something, but these big on the these might be the original spark plugs that came in this JDM motor. This is swapped, supposedly. This motor is JDM, has ABCS, which only comes on a JDM 205s. But I think these might be the original spark plugs, which if it is, holy shit. Poor motor. These are the new ones. And the stock exhaust. Don't know what to do with it yet.
All right, what is up, guys? So today I'm by myself. It's Sunday. I asked Sam for help, but he had stuff going on. Look how dirty my wheels are. Anyway, my brakes have been making noise for a while. I know my rotors are warped, so I either have to get them resurfaced or might just replace them with drilled and slotted. But you know, I ain't got that type of money. I'm broke. Now, but for real, I'm gonna jack up this side of the car because it's coming from the left side of the car. I'm gonna jack this up. I'm gonna check the pads on this side because I can't really look at them. So I'm guessing one of the slide pins is frozen, and one of my pads is eating up, like on the inside or the outside, and it's not wearing evenly. I can hear the noise coming definitely from the driver's side, but I don't know if it's the front or the rear. But yeah, I'm about to jack it up. On these Corvettes, there's a certain spot where you have to jack it up. They say you need pucks, but I'll show you guys that you don't really need it. You just really need something to not scratch up the paint with. The spot where they say that you should insert the puck is right here. It just goes in here and you turn it. But really all you need is like a little rubber pad or like a microfiber or something, because you don't want to scratch the paint like right here and stuff, right? So you could just like put really a rubber pad or a microfiber right here, which is what I'm gonna do, and that's where I'm gonna jack up from. And then I think I'm just gonna put a what's it called, a jack stand on the controller. Okay, so I got the pads off and they're looking pretty low, so I am gonna replace these soon. But they're not like worn weirdly or anything. Like they're worn pretty evenly. I mean, there's slight, you know, and a slight angle to it, but it's overall not that bad. So if it is the front, it's probably just gonna be a warped rotor that's making it sound like that, or maybe like this little lip is grabbing onto something. But as far as I can tell, the squeaker isn't making contact yet. It's a little thing. When your pads get low, that starts hitting your rotor, so you know to replace them. But yeah, I'm just gonna clean up a couple things here to remove some of this rust. But yeah, I don't see any huge problem with this, so I'm probably gonna put this back together and move to the rear. So I was gonna say it's a good idea to go ahead and clean these up and replace the grease inside of them, which is what I was gonna do, but regrettably somebody misplaced my grease, so that's gonna have to wait at least till next weekend till I go buy another tub of it. I don't really feel like doing it right now, and they still have grease on them. They still slide just fine. There's no problem with it. But yeah, and I was gonna also say it's a good idea to go ahead and clean up your hardware. Like right now I'm taking a brass bristle brush and I'm scuffing these up a little bit, just taking off most of the buildup, just again to help the pads slide a little better. Okay, so I'm about to torque this. If you guys are ever working on a Corvette C6 at least, like my model, torque spec is gonna be 100 foot-pounds, and usually most brake stuff is only like at least these small bolts is like 20 to 30 foot-pounds, so don't over tighten that. And the slide pin bolts are a 14 in the back and a 17 in the front for the actual slider, and the 14 is the bolt that actually retains the slider. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and torque this real quick and move on to the back. So I was gonna wait until next weekend to do this, but this is the inside pad. You can see that it was making contact with the rotor itself, and this one's also pretty low. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this rotor, and I'm gonna see about getting them resurfaced right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and tear apart the other side as well, so I can just go buy the pads, get these resurfaced, and yeah, get the car back on the road safely. Okay, so this side is done right now. The parking brake looks pretty good. It's a drum on the inside of the actual rotor itself. It looks pretty good. Like I said, this part is done, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this side up on a jack stand, and I'm gonna go ahead and jack up the other side, tear that side apart, and then go get my rotors resurfaced and go get the new pads. Okay, so here are the new rotors. So I ended up going to my local O'Reilly's, and first of all, they didn't have the pads, and their rotor guy wasn't there, so I had to go even farther into Springdale. And then when I got there, they were like, yeah, we can turn them. And then he checked them, and he said they were both out of spec. So I was like, okay, cool. What do you guys have in stock? And they had these in stock. So I was like, okay, cool. I was originally gonna wait to do drilled and slotted rotors, but needing these, I mean, I need these right now, so I was like, I might as well just buy them, and then maybe later on, once these go bad, then swap over to drilled and slotted, and then also, of course, the new pads. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything done right now. And anytime you guys get new pads or new rotors, I mean, always spray the surface with brake cleaner, because they put oil on these to prevent them from rusting in the packaging, and they can soak into your pads and then make your stopping not as safe, I guess. Or like, yeah, you just don't want oil up in your pads or in between the rotors. So these are the slide pins that I was talking about. So you just want to take out the grease that's on here, and you want to get something like this kind of grease. I opted just for getting these right now because I didn't want to get the full tub like I had last time, because it's like 40 bucks, I think. This was like $1. I was like, this is all I really need right now. But probably next time I do the fronts, I'm gonna go ahead and buy one. But yeah, mostly done with this side. I just have to get the other side done now. Okay, so for anybody that's following along at home, 29 foot-pounds, and the bracket that bolts to the knuckle, that's gonna be 129 foot-pounds. I just call it 130. But yeah, 130, 29. I didn't have any thread sealer or Loctite, but if you have any Loctite, recommended to use blue. So this side is completely done, so I'm just gonna move on to the next side and bolt the wheels back on, and we'll call it a day. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Just gonna go for a test drive real quick. Always remember, whenever you do your brakes, always pump your brakes, because the piston is more collapsed than it usually is because of having to compress it to get the new pads in. Just give it a couple pumps. And with new pads and rotors, you always want to do mild to easy braking. You never want to do hard braking right away. You want to let the pads and the rotors settle in and basically mesh together slowly. That's what I learned in tech school, so that's what I always do. Watch out for any smoking, of course. Roll your windows down, listen for anything that could be loose. Always double check your torques, which I already did. I already torqued the wheels. I torqued the brackets, and then I torqued the slide pins themselves. That was all I took off, so should be all good to go. I'll go for a test drive real quick, and I'll get back to you guys after that. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. I mean, car's all done. It's all torqued and everything. No more squeaking when I'm driving. It handles just fine. Everything felt really good. Tomorrow I'm gonna give it everything a once over. Just check if anything's coming loose, anything like that, you know, just to be sure. But yeah, I mean, I got it up to like 30-35 miles per hour, slowed down. I did that like 5 to 10 times. Doing really good. I'm gonna take it easy on the braking for the next like day or two, just to make sure the brakes settle in good. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning back in and watching. Thank you guys for the likes, the subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next weekend. I'll try to keep uploading every week. Usually I try to get the video out by Monday. Like I said though, thank you very much. We'll see you guys next weekend.